welcome to day 7 of the Great Norfolk Broad Adventure 7. The last full day. This is it. It's always a bit of a bittersweet day. It's nice that it's I can sort of got a day to spend on the rivers, but it's essentially the day of packing up the boat and of going to a mooring quite close to the boatyard, or taking the boat back early tomorrow, and that is always a bit of a sad thing. The time is currently about 8:25. I'm having a bit of a relaxing morning as per usual, just the way this adventure has been going, and it's raining. The rain's only came on about 10 minutes ago, but it's getting quite heavy. You can probably hear the engine in the background. I did fire the engine up. I was about ready to leave, and yeah, that's when the rain came on. So I'm going to say good morning to you just now instead of when I actually set off. Yeah, I'm talking rubbish. Sorry. I don't know what I've only had one cup of coffee so far, so. The Lion last night was once again absolutely fantastic. It could not be faulted at all, and Rachel and Ricky and the team did their very best at looking after us, which was very much appreciated, and came back to the boat and watched a wee bit of TV, and I've just basically chilled, as I have been doing all adventure. So yes, not a lot has actually been happening at all. Got very cold last night though. The temperature during the week has definitely been dropping quite significantly. So yeah, but it wasn't too uncomfortably cold. So yeah, it's going okay. I just don't know where exactly it is I'm heading for at the moment today, but I will be heading towards Horning area, you know, and whether I stay in Horning, whether I move on, I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment. So we'll just wait and see. But yeah, that's basically just the sad happy day today. So anyway, so yes, I'm going to go and get the kettle on, brew myself up another cuppa, wait till the rain eases off slightly, and then head on down the river. And see where the day takes us. So as always, I'll keep you updated. So until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers! just a little wee update for you. I am on my way. Not very long. I didn't really need to wait very long. I just made myself a cuppa, got myself organised, left Thurne Dyke, and probably my memory card for the camera, which I've been trying to catch outside footage with, is now full. So there's lots of footage, but obviously I won't know just how good the outside footage for the camera will be until I get it back on the computer. It's not sitting outside because this boat doesn't actually easily lend itself to camera mount positions. I could have mounted it on the side window here, but what I've done instead is I've mounted it on the front window, pointing out to the front window. So I'm hoping it's still going to look pretty good, even though it's being shot from inside the boat out. So yes, I had to probably change that memory card after pretty much directly after the minute I left Thurne Dyke. So yeah, so I'm just heading on down the river. The rain is still sort of coming on and off, on and off. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be like this for the rest of the day. So we'll just have to wait and see how things actually go for the day. It's actually been quite nice today. I've been out and about across the rivers, and I've not actually stopped and said hi to them, but I've seen a couple of private boats that are slightly known. I've seen Silver Cloud, I've seen Evening Shadow, I've seen Moonlight Shadow, and I've seen Thunder. And giving them all a wee wave and everything like that, and yes, it's been lovely. The wine, surprisingly, has not been won this week though. There have been one or two people that have sort of recognised me and sort of waved to me. I did bump into Michael Taylor from a couple of one's the beautiful Norfolk Broad's pictures, holiday pictures, Facebook group. I bumped into him. Unfortunately, that was at the boatyard before I left the boatyard, and the rules specifically say it's only an hour after I leave the boatyard that the competition starts. So I'm sorry, Michael, but if you were sitting in there lying in wait, waiting for your bottle of wine, sorry, rules are strict. Rules are strict. I'm going to leave the boatyard, you know, first. And then there was a couple of people that I passed that gave me a wee wave and everything like that. But once again, you know, you're on the rivers, you're moving, you're going in opposite directions. You can only really get the wine if it's safe and convenient to pass it over. And this boat is not does not easily lend itself to close quarters safe manoeuvring. So yeah. The wine has not been won, so never mind. That just means that I've got a bottle of wine for myself for the night. But yeah, everything is going just wonderful. All is well, and yeah, we're just cruising up the river Bure, heading towards Horning, and we'll see what happens once we get further up the river, and see if I actually get up to anything today. So yeah, as always though, I'll keep you updated, so until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers! just a little wee update for you. I am continuing up the River Viewer. I'm definitely going against the current slightly. And I just passed St Bennett's back there, and approaching Ranworth Dam in a couple of corners, I think. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because it's so early in the morning. I mean, it's just gone 9 o'clock, or if it's changeover day for a lot of boat yards. I know there was a lot of Herbert Woods boats out heading towards Potterheim, so I'm assuming it's changeover day for a lot of the Herbert Woods boats. I'm assuming maybe a lot of the Richardson's boats as well, because actually the river's really quiet today, you know. Yesterday it was, once again, I don't know if it was because it was the afternoon or whatever, but I mean, there was an absolute buzz of activity, you know. Even down at Great Yarmouth, when I left Great Yarmouth, after the tide dropped, you know, you had the obligatory Braden water flotillas, you know, everybody either coming up from the south or heading back down from the north to cross the water. So yeah, there was a lot of activity around the low water, and I left and headed up, you know, and there was a number of boats, you know. But even when I got back up north and I was cruising around, there was a lot of boats out and about yesterday. A lot of boats. It was quite alive with people out on the water. Well, this morning, so far, I mean, I've seen the odd hire boat here and there, but nobody's really out and about at all. Also, it's quite lovely and peaceful, and I'm just dawdling along enjoying it. Which kind of brings me back to another point actually, because as I said earlier, you know, the weather hadn't been the best. It's been cold, it's been windy, you know, been dull, you know, been a wee bit wet. But it really is true. You know, I would rather be on the Broads in the cold, wet, horrible weather than sunning myself on some tropical beach somewhere in an exotic land. You know? I think there might be something seriously wrong with my mental processes. But oh yeah, it really is wonderful, absolutely fantastic. So despite the rather chilly weather and dull footage that I'll probably be on this thing, you know, it's been a very relaxing holiday. You know, there's been a lot going on at work, you know, for, you know, over the last sort of 6 months since I was last here, you know, quite a wee bit of stress and everything like that. So I think that's maybe one reason why I've sort of chilled and relaxed and sort of not been the usual sort of maybe chatty, hyper sort of that some might that some might be expecting from these vlogs. You know, it's been very much all about unwinding and relaxing and de-stressing and just sort of just enjoying, you know, having a sedate time out on the rivers and just sort of enjoying the tranquility of it all. Before I'm sure normal service will be resumed on my next adventure. So yeah, it's just been that type of week, you know, and although not a lot has actually been happening, it's been a great week regardless. So absolutely been loving it. Anyway, that's all for the moment. I'm just continuing up the River Viewer. I'm going to be passing Ranworth. I'm not going to go down there and have a wee look at the moment. So we'll just we'll see where the day takes us and see what happens. So yeah. Until later, I'll keep you updated. So until then, bye for now. Cheers. Okay, just a little wee update for you. I have moored up, and would you believe it? I'm actually on the free moorings in Horning. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Came down the river there. There was about three or four boats in front of us as we were coming up the river, and it was like, well, that usually indicates that somebody's going to go into the moorings at Horning. Plenty of space outside the ferry, but obviously I don't want to moor outside the ferry because I didn't have any intentions of actually getting any refreshments and checking water levels in the ferry. It was a little bit too early in the morning for that. Yeah, I came up, I was checking out the free moorings, and there was actually space enough for about 2 or 3 boats. I'm assuming because it's Friday today, a lot of the Wroxham boats, Barnes, Brinkcraft and Norfolk Direct, they probably went away up back to the boatyard if they were taking their boats back this morning. So yes, a few spaces here as I approached, so I just slotted on in, and yeah, it was very nice to actually get in here. The weather is still a wee bit sort of dull, but it's despite the chill, you know, the wind's died down, so it's not actually that bad. And I've tidied up the boat, got myself all organised, this being the last day, and showered and changed and everything like that. So yes, I'm pretty much organised and set for returning the boat tomorrow, which is a bit of a shame actually. She's been a wonderful, absolutely gorgeous, comfortable boat, and as general feel of luxury, she is definitely one of the most luxurious boats I've been on, and probably explains why she's quite so expensive. I will do the Admiral's walkthrough, but I'm not sure if I'll do that or when I'll do that, but I will do that later today. I'm not entirely sure either if I'm going to spend the evening here or if I'm going to move on. Theoretically, I'm on the free moorings. I mean, I could stay here, go to a Swan, it would be very nice. Have a wee wander around, you know, and just sort of chill and relax. Not much footage at all if I do that, so I might actually move on somewhere. Not entirely sure, you know, I could maybe go to Salhouse, Thurne Feathers. Can't really go wrong with the Thurne Feathers pub. Nice dinner, food there, nice beer, so yeah. Theoretically I could even go back to Wroxham, you know, get some Gray's fish and chips for dinner and then come back down to Wroxham Broad. Done that before, that was very good as well. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I will stay here or if I'll move on. If I do stay here, I'm perfectly positioned. It will only take us about an hour to get back to the boatyard tomorrow morning, so yeah, it's a good wee place. So if I do move, it will be nearer Wroxham for tomorrow morning. So yeah, so that's the update so far. Not entirely sure what I'm doing, but I'm pretty organised for doing it, whatever it is that I'm going to do. So as always though, I'll keep you updated, so until later, bye for now. Cheers! just a little wee update for you. That did not last long. Got myself all organised, got myself sorted. I went for a wee wander, you know. Smell of bacon and black pudding and sausages out of the wee cafes, you know, was very prevalent and very tempting this morning. The air was very heavy with it, and it was just like, oh my belly, you know. But I resisted the temptation. And I went back to the boat, and I was just like, you know, actually I've got all day, you know, and I don't think I was quite ready just to sort of hang around, you know. As tempting as the Swan is, you know, it's just like, no, let's move on. So where am I going? Well, I think basically I'm heading back to Wroxham. Yes, I am heading back to Wroxham, and I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to be having fish and chips at Gray's. But I don't know, I was just decided to go back to Wroxham, have a wee wander, you know, stretch the legs a wee bit, you know, visit Roy's and Roy's and Roy's and maybe another Roy's. And yeah, just basically just floating around and just enjoy the last day. So I've still no idea where I'm mooring up for the night. It won't be at Wroxham because I like to have that last wee cruise back to the boatyard in the morning. But that's basically where I'm heading just now. I'm going to go back to Wroxham, have a wee wander, maybe see if I can be tempted by a little fish and chips, and then come back down the river to either Wroxham, Salhouse. I probably won't come back to Horning, but that is a possibility. And then just see where the day takes us from there. You know, it's not even lunchtime yet. It's still late breakfast, so I've got all day ahead of me. So yeah, that's the update. So far, as always, though, I'll keep you updated throughout the rest of the day. And yeah, so until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers.
It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. A kind of magic. One dream, one soul, one prize, one golden glance of what should be. It's a kind of magic. One shaft of light that shows the way. No mortal man can win this day. It's a kind of magic. The bell that rings inside your magic, magic, magic.
Okay, just a little wee update for you. That's me back at Wroxham. Came into the Norfolk Broad direct, but rather than go all the way down to the end of the pier, it looked very, very busy, obviously being changeover day. But there was a couple of spaces right here in the sort of the secondary bit, if you like, right by the car park, so just slotted in very, very nicely, tied off. And yeah, I'm going to go for a wee wander around Wroxham, visit Roy's, decide what I'm going to be doing later for food and everything like that, and yeah, just spend a couple of hours just having a wee wander. So that's it. Still no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going, but I'll figure that out as the day goes on later. But yeah, that's me at Wroxham. Still a bit chilly. The weather doesn't really know if it wants to brighten up or dull down or rain, or you know, so we'll just have to see how it goes later on today. But yeah, that's the update so far. But as always, I'll keep you informed, and I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! I'm back out on the river. And it's actually turning into quite a bit of a nice day, well at least a nice afternoon. Yeah, I went into Norfolk Broad direct and I moored up, and it was quite busy there, being a Friday with obviously all the Friday changeovers and everything like that, and the boats going back. I think some of the new holiday makers are coming out already, so it's going to get busy again on the rivers, I think, just directly. But I went for a wee wander, didn't really do anything, I was basically into Roy's and had a wee look around the wee sort of seating area, you know, where all the swans and the geese all congregate. And basically just sort of chilled and relaxed. Managed to stay away from greys though. Did find myself a nice wee bargain though. Nipped into Roy's, and they had a couple of films there that was foreign films called The Raid and The Raid 2. Been wanting to add them to the collection for a while, and they were there, you know, buy one get one free, and they were actually quite cheap. So there you go, 2 films for £6. I could do that. So yeah, I grabbed them, and I just had a wee wander back to the boat and try and figure out what I was going to do and where I was going to go, and if I was going to eat, go back out to Gray's fish and chips, or move on. Obviously, since you can see the background and is moving behind me, I'm moving on, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Salhouse. Thurne Dyke, I think it's going to be. So yeah, it's not very far away. It's only well, probably about 45 minutes, maybe a wee bit less than that. Down to Salhouse, moored up. Nice wee walk down to the Thurne Feathers. The sun's trying to come out. It's warming up slightly, so it might actually be quite a nice wee wander out to the Thurne Feathers. And yeah, nice dinner, a couple of nice beers, back to the boat, and I'm all set for returning the boat tomorrow. So that sounds like a good idea to me. So I'm going to have a nice wee blowout tonight. Why not? So yeah, that's the update so far. Heading back down the river, just enjoying the day's cruise. So yeah, as always though, I'll keep you updated. So until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers! just a little wee update for you. That is me. I've moored up and I'm at Salhouse. I'm just pretty much near the end of the stay here. I don't know if I'm going to stay here for all night or if I'll do what the other Norfolk Broad's direct boat has decided to do and moor up at the island. I might do that later. But for now, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to get myself organised and go for a wee bite to eat at the Fur and Feathers. It's a bit of a nip when the breeze picks up, but lovely. It really is turning into quite a nice day, you know, and quite a number of boats here on the Staithe, and considering it's a Friday on changeover day, I wouldn't be surprised if a few more end up joining us before the end of the evening. But yes, this is it. That was essentially, for all intents and purposes, the last cruise. Well, the last proper cruise. And the last night's mooring. So, bit of a bittersweet day. Sorry for the wind on the microphone there. But yes, it's yeah, that's essentially. I'm not sure. I've intended not to come back at all after I've left, so I probably will say that I probably won't be back tonight because I can't drink too much because I'm obviously working. Thank God I'm not working. I'm not ready for going back to work yet. No, I'll obviously be driving quite early tomorrow, so I can't be drinking too much tonight. So yes, that will probably be the mooring tonight. So I will say this is the end of day 7 of the Great Norfolk Broad's Adventure 7. I will be back tomorrow morning. I always like to do that small little cruise back to the boatyard. Just usually a bit of a musical number, you know, just cruising back, you know. I'm not really in the mood for talking, you know. Who likes to talk, you know, and be happy on his final cruise back to the boatyard? So, yeah, but I'll do a little wee pop back tomorrow, and you can join me for the final cruise back to the boatyard. But in the meantime, this is the end of day 7 of the Great Norfolk Broad's Adventure 7. I might be back later, I probably won't. I hope you've been enjoying the adventure, sedate and quiet as it has been. But yes, until later, until I've got more to update you with, or indeed until tomorrow when I see you. Join me for the final cruise. I will speak to you tomorrow. So until tomorrow, bye for now. Cheers.